Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, if you haven't already seen the title, is all about shedding slash me detangling my hair. So basically this video is just going to go over some tips and things that I did to stop my hair from shedding so much. This is how much I used to shed, and I'm going to show you how much I shed today. I honestly couldn't believe it myself, but after watching the video I'm like, oh wait, I barely saw any hair fall out. So honestly, after everything I did in this video, I was shedding like this much, but the hairball was literally that big. Like, it was tiny. I barely shed any hair. Keep in mind, I've been doing these things for a couple of months. I did see a couple of instant results, but to get to the point where I'm just shedding this much hair, it did take a while, especially from the hair that I used to shed. So if you want to see how I stop most of my shedding, keep watching. For starters, if you want to stop your shedding, you have to understand that if you do tight ponytails, tight buns, some protective hairstyles, you're going to shed a lot of hair. Your hairline is probably going to recede too, and it's just always tension on your scalp in those hairstyles. Like, it's constant tension on your scalp, so obviously some hairs are going to rip out. Something else that helped me a lot during shedding is the Righteous Roots oil. So honestly, I've been following their page for like ever, and I was always just so skeptical about getting their oil, and one of my followers actually got it for me, which was really nice of her, and I started using it. I noticed a difference instantly. I'm going to show you guys a before and after of me using it. But I usually didn't use oils before, because if you're like me, you feel like oils are too heavy, they make your hair greasy and stuff, but the Righteous Roots definitely helps.
So one of the major things that reduced my shedding was changing my shampoo. I usually use the Kats.curls hydrating shampoo, but I ran out, so for this video I'm using the Curlsmith co-wash. This is something that I use when I just want to refresh my hair, or I don't really want to shampoo my hair yet. I feel like my hair doesn't need to be completely clarified, but the Kats.curls hydrating shampoo is definitely my top recommendation. I think that changing my shampoo helped in reducing my shedding, because my shampoos were either way too clarifying and they were just drying up my scalp and stripping my hair, or they weren't clarifying enough and they were creating lots of buildup, so that every time I would shampoo my hair, a lot would come out. Next thing that helped reduce my shedding was the way I started to detangle my hair. Always detangle your hair with conditioner or deep conditioner in your hair. Right here I'm using the Heaven and Hair by DETANGLE. I usually use this or the Melt Into Moisture by DETANGLE, and this is so important because your hair needs that slip to pull those tangles apart. Like, you don't want to rip your hair, you know, so you need that slip so that it's easier and your hair works with you and works in the direction that you're going in while you're detangling. So when I'm detangling, I start by sectioning my hair. I don't have any specific sections, I just go with my hair, like what feels good, and whatever my hair lets me section off, that's what I do. And I start from the root of my hair when I detangle. I pull all those knots down, because I feel like when you start from the bottom up, you're kind of just pushing all those knots upward, and it's more tension on your scalp. So I push all the knots down. I use my fingers for the most part. If I'm having a hard time, I do go with my tangle teaser, which you will see. But as you can see here, I start from up to down, and that slip just keeps going down, because why would you want to push all your tangles upward when you want them to come out, not go in your hair? And I just go over with my tangle teaser to make sure that all the knots are completely out, because I don't want any left over to create even bigger ones later. You can see here, like, there was no hair on my tangle teaser, when in the past, if I would use like a wide tooth comb or a brush, I would have so much hair, because I feel like it just like rips out your hair. But then I go in and I do little twists on my hair so that they don't get knotted up. So when you're detangling, you want to remember just to listen to your hair. Don't force anything with your fingers because your fingers can rip a lot of hair out too. Just get that nice slip and keep it going. Try to pull apart some knots, but if you can't, it's okay. Like, you could just go in with whatever brush you like to use and get those knots out. Just to let you guys know, I detangle all types of curly hair all the time, and this method and technique that I use has never let me down, and it's always quick and effective. So remember, when you're detangling, you need lots of slip. Start at the root, pull all those knots down slowly and softly, get them all to one point, and then you're just gonna hold the top of all the knots, right above all the knots. Hold on to it tight and then pull all the knots out so that your scalp does not receive any tension from you detangling your hair. As you can see, I'm just holding above all those knots and brushing them out.
What did you get me? Thank you. I hope this video was a help for you guys. These are just things that I've been doing. Everybody's hair is different, so what works for me might not work for you. But yeah, this stuff works for me and it's been working for me, and it's something that I've been consistently doing. So as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace!